first of all. Oh, wrong way. There we go. Okay, so that's me. Thanks very much for allowing me to... I'm getting echo. Do I sound echoey to everybody? No. Thanks very much for allowing me this 5-minute slot just to talk to you a little bit about a project that we're launching to, or has launched in beta mode, to try and engage and encourage more people to get excited about biodiversity data. Really, we're going to do it. So the National Biodiversity Network, I guess, probably a lot of you have not heard of. So we are one of, if not the UK's largest partnership for nature. We have numerous members, in fact, quite a few people here. Their organisations are members, people like the RSPB, the Wildlife Trust, but some of the smaller, lesser-known organisations such as the British Lichen Society, the North West Fungus Group, just to name a few there. But as you can see, we're all about figures, and combining all the members, we have about 7 million people that we're actually talking to. So that's a lot of people that we need to get excited about what we're doing. And a lot of these people, NBN members, they are world experts in collecting biological records, and an amazing fact, more than 30,000 records are collected every day, so quite phenomenal. So our main output is data. Really exciting. We all know about data. We all want to know outputs. We want to know information. But is data really exciting? Is it really sexy in its own right? I think lots of us would probably say no. And I'm heavily involved in it, and I say that. So we talk a lot about figures, and I did see some of the tweets yesterday. I wasn't able to be here yesterday, unfortunately, which said, don't make figures your headline, don't talk about figures, so it makes it even more difficult for us. So we've got quite a challenge to overcome. But the data that we do have, we have a data infrastructure at the moment which brings together all the records onto something called the NBN Gateway, the National Biodiversity Network Gateway. And on there we have over 112 million biological records, which is an incredible achievement. Just the mere figure, 112 million, kind of says it all. But we also know there are many more data sitting in boxes, sitting on recording forms, in cabinets, in museums, in herbaria. And potentially they're just sitting there gathering dust. So there's a lot of potential, there's a lot of untapped data and information that we need to get hold of. So those mere facts that I've just said about the fact that everything is sitting in boxes, the existing data infrastructure that we have, of which the NBN Gateway is a big part, it's not really fit for purpose. We need something new that's going to support research, citizen scientists, that's going to allow us to engage with more people, the people who are out there on a day-to-day basis, gathering those 30,000 or so records. So how are we going to do that? So, atlases. Don't know whether you know this, but the UK, we're one of the nature atlas capitals of the world. And when you tend to think of the word atlas, I think you think of paper books, you think of kind of road maps and so on. These are some examples that we have here. Atlas of the Fleas of Britain and Ireland, Highland ants, bryophytes, bird atlas, British and Irish flora. We're fantastic at this, but these sort of things aren't really accessible to the broad audiences that we're trying to talk to, and they're not really that current if you think about it. So we're looking at an atlas that will survive the digital age, that is appropriate, it's current, it's relevant. And we're actually, as I mentioned at the start, we've actually now got in beta form an atlas that we believe is fit for purpose for the future. So this is the Atlas of Living Scotland. It's based on the Atlas of Living Australia, which a lady from New Zealand may well know all about. And it's trying to make data more accessible, more innovative. It's trying to make it accessible to more people who don't know very much about biodiversity in the UK, or Scotland in this instance. But it's trying to make it more appealing and bring them a platform that people want to actually explore and click on the buttons and get involved in. So we where we think that we're going to engage people with this project is that it's going to be the largest biodiversity image library for Scotland. It's allowing people to get more involved, as I say, because it's a bit more user-friendly, makes you want to click on the buttons. And there'll be more engagement through social media with this, with things like Species of the Week, the least known part of Scotland, so where is data missing from? So we're trying to move that forward. And I think, most importantly, this only launched in September. It does lead us to having a platform. As I say, we've based this on the Atlas of Living Australia. We've now got a platform that could actually become a UK-wide atlas and project. So we're already, in fact today, there's been a meeting in Cardiff about a Welsh atlas. And then from there, English atlas has got to follow, Northern Ireland. And then there could be more regional type atlases that follow on from that. So we see this is a real future for making data more accessible to the general public and to more people who aren't necessarily scientists or researchers, but have got an interest, because at the end of the day, we can get more and more data from those people. So please have a look at it. We are taking feedback at the moment. Simple web address, als.scot, and please send any feedback through that you may have, because all feedback is good. So that would be marvellous. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you, Mandy. And, of course, thank you to all.